fourth in the AFC Championship game. Off we go in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. They'll run it. This is James Robinson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Throwing on first down is Murray. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Steps away to his left. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a third down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw, it's Murray. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down.
So pass interference to call. That's going to set him up with a first down.
And if it's a bang-bang play, maybe the flag stays in the official's pocket, but instead, he definitely impeded the receiver's right to catch the football. The official's letting the players know how the game's going to be called here in the first quarter.
On first down, Robinson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Murray now to throw. Flushed out right. Looking for the end zone. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase there to make the grab.
And the Bengals are on the board first here in this division round matchup. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
That was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And some space here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake, here's Cordell Stewart. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Turn this one to the 30-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. The ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 28.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. From the gun, Murray. This is caught. It's Boyd. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 13-yard line. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your...
That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Jamar Chase.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bengals are able to grow their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0.
Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
They give to Taylor out of the gun.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And this is going to be a Colts first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
A give for Taylor running right side.
Still going. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
56 yards rushing for him now as he has been strong here in the first half of this divisional round matchup. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll run it here. This is Marlon Mack. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Second quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Well, earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to defend him. I think you used the term bottle him up at different levels. They've struggled to do that.
They certainly have, because when you see them approach, in order to bottle him up at different levels, that front line's got to take care of business. Otherwise, he starts to sip through.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
They'll run here with Taylor.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. They're mounting a nice drive here. Good chunk of yardage there again. O-line, they've been solid this drive.
They have that look about them right now that says, if you do anything but run the ball behind us, you're crazy. They have really moved it well on this drive, and they want to finish it off the same way.
They'll look to run with Taylor.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor
punching it in from a yard away.
And the Colts are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with a 14-7 lead, they might just be happy to take this thing on into the tunnel.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime.
Now a 2nd down and 6.
To throw is Murray. He sets to fire deep. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. Well, this was a 14-0 game not too long ago. Things were looking pretty good. And then you give up the touchdown on the last drive. Now the interception.
So that's a lesson in trying to stay vigilant, isn't it? You have to stay on top of things. Can't relax too much because, as you noted, things change. Now they've got to go out there and get a spark going again and try and slow down this comeback.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go.
On 1st down, Stewart flush to his right. And finding the tight end, Hooper. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Second down and 7. They'll run the toss here with Taylor.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Going to go play action. Here's Stewart. He'll buy some time right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off at the 18.
He exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And, Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Winner go home. That's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round.
And the half will begin with a touchback.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And, Charles, that had to be an interesting locker room at halftime. This is a team that's had so much success this year. Haven't really had to deal with a lot of adversity at halftime, to be honest. But now here they are with their playoff lives on the line.
And I think when you're alluding to that interesting locker room, you're just wondering, how are they handling that bit of adversity that they're seeing right now? Because I think this is a team that has to look to lean on the veterans at this point. We know we're better than this. We've proved it all season. Let them disseminate that confidence through the locker room. But this opening drive, it'll be an important one for them to give them a little jolt of confidence moving forward.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Now Stewart on 1st and 10.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48.
78 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down.
Again, it's Taylor. Taylor's got the first down and more.
They are not ready.
Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Jonathan Taylor.
His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Well, they were just hoping that run would pick up the first. They got the whole enchilada.
And I'm so used to teams on third down, doesn't matter how far they need for a first down, throwing the ball. Instead, they run it, as we said, pick up the first down, and then some, and then some. In fact, everything, all the way for a touchdown. Terrific play.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Their halftime lead now evaporated. We're back to level following that touchdown a moment ago.
And that shouldn't change the mindset a whole lot from an offensive perspective because they already knew this was going to be a hard-fought game. Now they just need to go out, execute their game plan, and keep moving.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Again, it's Robinson. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Here's Murray. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted.
It's Kyler Duggar who picks it.
And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. Stewart rolling to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Throwing out of the shotgun, it's Stewart. And he's got it. Touchdown. Austin Hooper from 19 yards away. And the Colts have taken the lead.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble to bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Play action. Now it's Murray. Escaping the pressure right. And he will not throw it away. He goes out of bounds, well shy of the line of scrimmage, so that's a sack. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. Murray now.
Quick slant caught by Chase.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. Eluding the pressure right. Powers through.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Murray. Murray has the first down and more. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Kyler Murray, 35 yards. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
And all deep in his own territory. He coughs up the football. And the Bengals grab it. And they'll be inside the red zone with the ball at the 16-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he heard all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9.
59 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Throwing on 2nd and 3.
Murray, and a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it's going to be tipped up and picked off.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Robinson. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. James Robinson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Bengals answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Rohrwasser handles the kickoff duties. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Down 7 here in the fourth and a very critical. There he goes left side. Past the 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying up this football game. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, fourth quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A little bit of space there for the first down run, as that's going to get him about 5 yards.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Murray. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run here with Robinson. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Here's Robinson again on 2nd down.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Shotgun now for Murray.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now on fourth down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. On first down, it's Taylor. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Throwing now, Stewart. They'll roll him out right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Stewart sets to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
4th down now defensively. Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, over-excited, and blow an assignment and give up the big 1st down.
$39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big play that time through the air. 37 yards.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Murray. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left.
Well, take a deep breath as it all comes down to Justin Rohrwasser.
And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
Well, take a deep breath as it all comes down to Justin Rohrwasser.
This to book a trip to the AFC title game. And this this one is no good. He missed it. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the fourth. Overtime in a playoff game, awesome setup. Remember, the rules are the same as they would be in the regular season.
That's exactly right, Brandon. Remember, the receiving team, if they score a touchdown, game is over. But if they kick a field goal or don't score, the other team gets a chance to get the football. They get a possession. If they go down and score, they win the football game at that point. If both teams kick field goals, we keep playing. If a defense scores, let's say the receiving team gets the ball, doesn't score, or they throw a pick six or fumble, gets picked up, the defense scores, game over. But here's the best part. In the regular season, only one period is played. We can call it a tie. Here, we're going to play until we have a winner.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. Robinson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
First throw of overtime for Murray. Sliding out of the pocket.
And Murray with a smart move there at the end of the play. Picks up the first down and then slides to the ground.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Come on.
On the run, it's Robinson. Still on his feet.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Now a first throw here in overtime. Sets up the screen to Robinson. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Murray now on first down. Flushed out right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. And, Charles, if you're the coach of the losing team, even though you made it to the playoffs and there's part of that that feels good, what do you say to your guys after?
I think you probably tell them how proud you are of them to make the effort to get to this game and then point them towards the future. If we're good enough to get here, all we've got to do is work harder, be better, and we can be good enough to go farther next season. How many times have we seen a team lose in the playoffs, and that girds them for a championship run in the future?
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL.